I understand that you're more in the area of predicting the
Sure.
outcome of elections, but do you get involved at all in your brainstorming sessions, or how do these political parties come up with the candidates? I mean, you know, we've got a couple wingnuts running this.
So about a quarter of the country holds an unfavorable opinion of both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, which is that's a pretty big percentage. You know, Clinton's national favorability generally about 40% favorable, 55% unfavorable. For Trump, it's more like 35 to 40 favorable, 60 to 65 unfavorable. And so we have these two really unpopular candidates. So I think the reason that we got these candidates just sort of says something about the two parties. So for the Democrats producing Clinton was not a surprise at all. She was the front runner the whole time. And if you ask Democrats what they tend to favor in their politicians, they generally, you know, more Democrats than not say that they like people with experience, and they generally like their own party's leadership. They like their own president. They like other leaders of the Democratic Party. And so valuing experience and valuing leadership, or the leadership of the party, the whole leadership of the party endorsed Clinton. Clinton was the early polling front runner. And so what happened is that, you know, the Democrats wanted a candidate with experience, and they got one in Clinton. That makes perfect sense. And that's how presidential primaries usually work. You know, the party leaders kind of indicate who they like, and then the voters kind of get in line. The Republicans aren't like that at all right now. You ask Republicans, they don't care about experience as much as Democrats do, and they really don't like their own party's leadership. And so Trump comes along. Trump doesn't have any governing or electoral experience, and he's someone who the leadership really doesn't like. And he offers this kind of different message. And so the Republicans, you know, wanted someone without experience who was not liked by leadership, and so they got Trump. But what I think may be, you know, what may be good for a slim majority of both parties doesn't necessarily produce a candidate that is widely beloved nationally. And you know, the favorabilities of both candidates being poor, that was something that was clear in, you know, a year and a half ago. I mean, Clinton's favorability has been bad ever since the story about her private emails broke, which I think was, you know, March 2015 or something, when she was Secretary of State. And Trump's favorability has been very poor this whole time running. But these are the two candidates we got. We do see some sliver of the electorate saying they're going to vote third party this time. Gary Johnson, a libertarian, is generally polling in the high single digits. Jill Stein, the Green Party candidate, usually low single digits, but generally better than a Green Party candidate typically polls. And a lot of the support for them, or for those two candidates, are actually coming from the youngest voters, which actually is a problem for Hillary Clinton because the youngest voters are generally more Democratic. So it's possible that she can, third-party support generally declines as the election gets closer because American voters are kind of partisan, and there are going to be a whole lot of Democrats afraid of Trump winning, there are going to be a whole lot of Republicans afraid of Clinton winning, and so that might prompt some of the partisans to come home. But, you know, that's how we got the two candidates we've got, and, you know, I think there are a fair number of people, perhaps up to a quarter of the whole country, who are, you know, dissatisfied with the choices that they have. At least between the two choices of who could actually win between Trump and Clinton.